Man, oh man, what an absolute treat. Oh, we got to restart the practice real quick. Do you want to do that for us, Trev?
Already done.
Already done, ladies and gentlemen. We are live with the final round. This is False Neutral Media. I am your host, Tyler, my brother Trevor, co-host, and we're here. It comes down to this. Lee Media is the points leader right now. J-Mac in second. It's going to be an absolute war today for the final round, and I can't wait. Trevor, we're here. What are we thinking?
I mean, here's the thing. We're looking at a whole lot of racing, a whole hell of a lot of racing. We've got Kyle Lee coming back to retain the points. We have J-Mac coming to claim the championship from him in this series. And I got to tell you, this racing's probably going to be tighter than a Batman suit with nipples. Do you understand me?
Oh, definitely, definitely. I definitely am so excited. I actually, for this race, just now, because I'm so excited, we took a shot of Woodland Reserve, and we got a tall boy of Coors for this race in particular, and I cannot wait.
My God, I'm cracking open a can of Cactus Cooler.
Oh, that's good. Mountains are blue over here, and we are getting ready for open practice for 10 minutes. I'm even going to do a spin on the track as well. For some reason, I had all kinds of goofy stuff on there for who knows what reason. But let's take a look at the track here as I do a lap. I am on a 450. Most people suggest a 250 on this track, so we'll see. Oh, yeah.
It seems a majority of people are running 450s, and really, I think a lot of people are trying to find the sweet spot with the throttle control on this track especially.
Absolutely. You definitely have a lot of power on this track with the 450. As you can see, I mean, I haven't practiced yet, so the flanges are a little cold and rusty. But we're about to head into the back section here. Right here, you'll have a good table and then a step-up triple. Oh, if I could get there. I don't know what happened, but I went from riding to straight into the garage.
A server disconnection. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Server has disconnected.
That is weird. Yeah, I can't even go to track. So that is actually
We'll have to boot the server again.
weird. So let me get that going. That is very random that that ended up happening, but let me see here. We're going to log in. Not to fret, ladies and gentlemen. We have this underway. Maybe it's just too much here, so we're going to make it to where the server is starting. Internet is still good, and the server should be up. Who knows? It has been hot lately. We went into spring, but ultimately we went straight into summer, I swear. You see, your MxBikes server renewal order from is complete. We have finished processing your subscription. Oh, I ran out of the subscription today. So it renewed. It should be good.
I'm joining now.
Beautiful. And I'm just going to block the screen just real quick so I could get into the server and not give the admin information.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to do that.
And in Discord, do you want to let everybody know that it is up? Hopefully people are tuning in right now, but
JMac is in.
holy balls.
The number 2 of JMac has pulled into the pits.
Yeah, there was only 3 riders that tuned in on round 3 at Abydos. And we are joining back in as well. Hopefully that is all squared away and fixed. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys are definitely enjoying this series.
Get this warm up underway. JMac, it looks, is getting ready to take his first laps.
Fortunately, I am still loading in here and we are in. So we are going to go to the replay and check out what's going on behind the scenes on the track. And it looks like we have J-Mac, K Majors, CK, Steven, Kyle Lee, and Scuba Steve. Definitely a lot more people in here, and you are able to miss one race, which some people obviously missed out last race, but it's okay. Right now, it is going to come down to the wire. Like we said, J-Mac and Kyle Lee with Lee Media. We're going to go down to J-Mac, and it looks like he's going to be on the KTM tonight. Usually he does run the Yamaha.
Sorry, I'm back.
Unbelievable. I thought you were here the whole... Oh, my goodness.
Right now, we're seeing JMac kind of getting a feel for the track going around the first time. We'll see when he decides to kind of kick it into a heater. He's starting to get that flow right now, and we're looking at Kyle Lee right now. Just a couple sections ahead of JMac. They're going to try and keep their distance from one another throughout this warm-up and try and get the best lap that they can, but we'll be excited to see if they cross paths here in the warm-up.
Absolutely. It is weird seeing J-Mac on the KTM. Usually, yeah, like I said earlier, he is on the Yamaha, absolutely barking. But maybe after watching Tomac and Prado, he decided to mix it up a little bit, huh?
It could be. It could be. We're definitely seeing Kyle Lee go with the tried and true, and he's trying to bring that YZ450F in for the series win over JMac. But if JMac can bring the KTM into a 1-1 sweep, he may be able to take this championship. Right now, watching J-Mac kind of start to put together the track on the backside. He's just kind of coasting through and finding his fast lines. We'll see how those all pay off for him in the main motos. Also going and seeing Steven of SBR SX Creation. He's really starting to get a feel for the track, coming around and putting up his time. And right there, we've got him slotted in second place. Kyle Lee running a 150.805. And J-Mac 7 seconds behind on that lap time, but still time to figure out more lines and find where he's comfortable. Seems J-Mac's finally starting to put it together and is finding all the lines that will propel him to the top. We will see if Kyle Lee can compete with it, as Kyle Lee is still holding the #1 spot. And it seems they found each other on the warm-up track, and the battle begins.
Oh, yeah, a little. Oh, Kyle Lee showing him a little English body language, as Hunter would say. No pun intended.
My goodness. Oh, and he goes down, and J-Mac keeps it consistent and goes over that backside triple.
You know what J-Mac is saying? Like, you might have got points, but daddy's home.
That's right. He's saying that as he's holding onto the bars for dear life.
And we are excited to be at this track, the beautiful layout of KMX-Monster Mountain.
Absolutely. Big, long track that has plenty of availability to huck it from these massive jumps, very steep landings. It's all about keeping that bike low to the center of gravity, down to the ground, get those tires there to propel yourself through the next section. So we'll see who can really scrub through these jumps and keep a lower profile, or who's going to absolutely launch it into oblivion.
Absolutely. And right now I'm watching K Majors as he has glitched out to having 2 riders. It looks like him and CK might be joined as one. And we all know what that means. It always resolves into a unfortunate restart of the server.
But not a problem. Everybody can qualify, and then we can go ahead and do that restart into the race.
Absolutely. Yeah, going on to CK, they are joined together as one, a band of brothers.
Absolutely. Right now, J-Mac is doing his best to put in a solid lap attempt. Really trying to find his flow in this track. And here comes the 663 of Kyle Lee, absolutely launching it. 50 seconds left in this warm-up before we go ahead and restart the server.
Right now, I'm checking in on Steven right now, and he is looking extra flowy today. Going into the sand section, into the rollers here right now, before the straightaway up the hill, hitting the big step up here.
And I gotta say, I'm impressed with Steven today, watching him in this warm-up. He has been fast and consistent, and he's really not too far off of the pace of the leaders. And if Kyle Lee and J-Mac are going back and forth battling, it may give Steven all the time that he needs to slip in and capitalize on their mistakes.
Absolutely. And going even back to J-Mac right now, him and Kyle Lee are following each other, learning each other's lines, seeing what they will do in these 20-minute motos plus 2 laps of the night for the final round today. And right now they are looking extra fast, very close together. Kyle Lee going down, missing that inside line.
Yeah. I think it's important to remember the longevity of these races as well. 2 motos, each moto at 20 minutes plus 2 laps. By the end of these motos, these guys are more worn out and exhausted than a gimp in a leather suit at a BDSM event. You understand?
Oh, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. But let me tell you, this Coors Light is extra cold and it's giving me brain freeze, but we're here.
Coors Light, the banquet beer.
Non-sponsored.
It looks like J-Mac is going to coast right out of that warm-up with a 149.598. J-Mac saying, Kyle, I understand that you've got the points lead, but Daddy's home to take home the crown. So we're going to restart this server, and once we do, we will get that race up and started for Moto 1, 20 minutes plus 2 laps.
Absolutely. Let's definitely make sure if you guys are in this stream, we are resetting due to the fact that it is making people join together, and we definitely do not want that. So we're going to reset the server here. And then immediately get into racing. Absolutely. Yes, this is my character right here looking extra good right here. Look at that. Fox Gear Yamaha YZ 450. Too bad I'm not racing, because if I was, all these guys would be absolutely in trouble. Let me tell you, chat.
Absolutely. We're going to just wait until everybody can get in. Once everybody's in on the track, we will get that started.
Also, we just got done with Supercross, the East Coast and West Coast showdown with the premier class of the 450. My, oh my, what an amazing race we got to witness between the West and East Coast, battling it out bar to bar. Cole Davey is getting the win, not how he wanted. Hayden getting down a point due to crossing through the markers. Unfortunately, do I think it's a BS call? Well, Trevor, why don't you let us know?
I think they're going to have to figure out when we unleash the next bench talk. Subscribe here at the False Neutral Media YouTube, and you can find that episode as soon as we drop it this week. But my God, to give you my off-the-cuff reaction, Hayden Deegan was on a tear, and my God, the 250s are going to have to pull a rabbit out of their hat to form some sort of magic to get Hayden Deegan anywhere other than the front of the pack. It's incredible.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. So definitely stay tuned. New podcast should be up either Tuesday, tomorrow, or Wednesday. Stay tuned. Got a lot of content to get done with clients, but hey, it's going to be out before this weekend, Detroit.
Absolutely. And I do believe it's time for that race time. Are we ready to hit it?
Absolutely. I think everybody is in here. Hopefully everybody is in here. And we are going to start it. Do you want me to start it, or do you want the honors starting?
I can start it right now. I'll start it. 3, 2, 1. Warm up is now complete. We will see if everybody can refuel their bikes, change their tires, and get back down to the line. Seems we've got J-Mac, Kyle Lee, CK, K Majors, Scuba Steve, and Steven lined up on the gate for the final round. Kyle Lee holding the championship points right now, but J-Mac trying to prove that he can claim this championship after having to miss round number 3.
Absolutely. I'm excited for this one. Kyle Lee, I was talking to him on Saturday out at Oatfield when we were filming some area qualifiers for Loretta's and the Road to Mammoth round 3 qualifiers. He is more than ready to be here. He was hoping J-Mac would be here so he could lay it in, go bar to bar with him. And here we go. Gauge drop. We're going into the first corner.
First corner, it looks like J-Mac is going to sweep into that outside from the inside. And if he can hold that line, it's going to shoot him forward into the lead. And that's where we're finding him.
Kyle Lee ended up going down in that first corner, got it a little sloppy, going down in the second corner here.
Oh,
so
and J-Mac has gone down.
He has some time to make up, but it looks like right now Steven, number 9, is in the lead right now, followed by the 433 of Scuba Steve.
Absolutely, and we were commenting that this is where Steven feels comfortable. He feels comfortable being consistent, being fast, having good starts. Now it's just going to be the endurance throughout this 20-minute plus 2-lap moto that will solidify if he can actually pull a victory here in round number 3, Moto 1. But Scuba Steve is right there, and J-Mac is trying to capitalize as he's clawing his way back into first.
Absolutely, and we just had Steven go through the sand rhythm whoop section here after the finish line, making the first lap, and we are a go with the green flags as he goes up the Monster Mountain Hill, scrubbing
Absolutely.
over the big table.
And J-Mac has moved himself into second now on track, and he's going to try and solidify second and move past to catch Steven up ahead, almost about 5 seconds ahead of J-Mac. And let's see where Kyle Lee is.
Kyle Lee is right behind him, Trev.
Absolutely. Kyle Lee said, I'm not backing down without a fight. This is the fight that he wanted, and he's got it here at Monster Mountain.
Kyle Lee taking the inside to outside. Standing up is J-Mac throughout that whole corner, looking really good, going and taking that middle line. Kyle Lee going on the inside, getting taken out, washing out the front tire, giving a little breathing room for J-Mac here.
Absolutely. And Kyle Lee is definitely upset with that, but he looks up and can see that there's still 17 and a half minutes to go. So he's just got to pull it together and hit his marks as J-Mac is trying to do the same. J-Mac, almost going wild and losing control there, is pulling himself back onto the track, trying to stay a little bit more consistent as Steven begins to lengthen his gap.
Absolutely. Kyle Lee just having a little bit of bad luck here in some of these corners. It looks like he is just trying to get up front instead of being consistent. So far, he has the anxiousness and adrenaline just pumping. So hopefully he can take a step back, breathe a little bit, be consistent, hit his marks, and let's see him gain those positions up top so he can battle for the top position. Right now he is in third.
Absolutely. And what we're seeing is what we talked about during the warm-up. If Steven can capitalize on the mistakes of J-Mac and Kyle Lee battling it out for championship points, he might be able to sneak a sweep here and actually make something of this championship. I'm not sure statistically where that would put him in points, but a sweep would never be bad for his ego, and that's for certain, as he continues to try and pull away, but J-Mac is slowly reeling him back in.
Absolutely. I think we're definitely going to be seeing a lot of determination, willpower, consistency within these two motos. and it's going to be draining. It's going to be exhausting. For this map and track is definitely a long one. So just to be consistent, you got to get a good start. Keep that momentum up. Keep that flow so you stay in the lead.
Down right when you said that. Steven trying to hold it up. It looked like he dropped the front end there, coming into that small rhythm section on the backside, and that is allowed J-Mac to try and squeeze in the gap. And now he's trying to shrink that gap as fast as possible, but Kyle Lee has not given up and is saying, I'm still here and I have the speed to catch up.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And we got Scuba Steve trying to catch up as well. So we got the 9 of Steven, the 2 of J-Mac, the 663 of Lee Media, and the 433 of Scuba Steve, the 494 of K Majors, and the 5 of CK. Right now, we are definitely missing some riders. A lot have been busy or have other stuff to where they can't make it, but this is the final round. There's no way we're changing it. It's on.
Absolutely. And the people that matter here in points are still here today. So they've been here most of the rounds if they can make it. And some of them are hoping for a miracle. And right now that miracle is one that's being hoped for by J-Mac. He's trying to see if he can catch Steven, as Steven has a little over a 2-second gap. But J-Mac is really trying to whittle away at it with consistency.
Absolutely. And going back into my notes here with the points, honestly, Steven isn't that far back. I believe he is 3rd in points as of now.
Incredible, which means that if he was to finish as Moto or sweep Moto 2 after getting the victory here, it could be huge in changing the way that this championship plays out.
Absolutely.
And again, I'm very impressed by Steven. He's been as consistent as possible, and he's feeling the pressure from J-Mac, and yet he's doing his best to keep it on 2 wheels, especially after he hucks it down that downhill step down. Right now, Kyle Lee is definitely trying to salvage as much as he can in this race. A couple of mistakes have really cost him, but he's hoping if he can close in the distance on J-Mac while J-Mac is trying to whittle away at Steven, he might be able to capitalize when they make mistakes, but he's making some bobbles here and there, and it's really costing him.
Yeah, it looks like J-Mac is definitely making the push and catching up here. And we got about 12 minutes left in this moto, plus 2 laps. So far, Steven has definitely been smooth, consistent. Think only went down 1 time. And if Kyle Lee can catch up a little bit while these 2 battle, he could pull a Cooper Webb on that racing IQ and counter both of them, and they not even know he is there. It is going to be coming close, and I believe down to the wire as they go up Monster Hill, hitting the big step up. Oh, and Steven going down, J-Mac getting the pass.
And J-Mac now takes over the lead. Oh, that is rough for Steven. He was holding the pace. Let's see if he has an answer for J-Mac as he tries to claw back into that lead position. But right behind him, coming into the section he just departed from, is the 663 of Kyle Lee. And he's like a shark in water full of blood. He can smell it, and he's ready for a fight.
Absolutely. It's definitely going to come down to the wire. Steven doing his best to widen out that gap as they're going to be coming into a lap. Rider of CK definitely staying to the right, seeing the blue flags, so the leaders can make that easy pass, not get in the way, and definitely don't want to be known as a freezy in the MxBikes series, most definitely.
Absolutely. That would be a curse worse than death.
I couldn't agree more, and especially like the PC curse with the Kawasaki team.
Absolutely. My front end during warm up on the PC Kawasaki was constantly just disappearing from view. I didn't even have handlebars at one point because my face was embedded in the dirt. But it's good to see that the KTM of JMac is making up the difference here.
Absolutely, and that's probably why we don't see Chase Sexton at all in the rest of the Supercross rounds faking an injury due to the front end washing out constantly.
Yeah.
Just kidding, Chase. We love you. Get back on the bike.
Somebody has to. Now we've got Steven trying to close in the gap as fast as possible. And it looks like we may have Kyle Lee charging in. He's doing his best to try and mitigate that gap. I think small mistakes are starting to cost him. And I think people really underestimated Steven in this round. The 9 of Steven for the SBR SX Creations Husqvarna team, he is absolutely flying and is doing his best to claw in that gap to JMac, and he's actually doing it.
Oh no, Kyle Lee going down on that inside.
And Steven has caught JMac, and the battle is on.
Absolutely, both going on the inside, coming down the mountain, hitting the outside, scrubbing. Both scrubbing harder than James Stewart on any given Sunday.
Absolutely. These are two mad lads absolutely taking a crack at it.
Steven going on the inside, scrubbing so low.
Oh, keeping that bike aerodynamic. That's what I'm watching right now.
Absolutely damnamic. Oh,
JMac goes down.
No.
Steven now pulling into the lead with 7.5 minutes to go.
Oh my gosh, what a turn of events, and it only gives more opportunity for Kyle Lee, Lead Media, to catch up as well, which he is doing his best to. But with this track, once you get that lead and you are staying flowy and consistent and smooth, it is very, very hard to catch up.
Absolutely.
Steven looks like he's going to be coming up on a lapper right now.
The lapper is down.
9494 of Majors. Majors also right now super fast in IRL. Right now he at AZ, he did break his thumb and had to get some work done on it, but he should be definitely back on the bike here shortly. Steven, also a rider in real life. Kyle Lee, a filmer, and he rides as well. Scuba Steve, aka Small Fry, local NorCal legend. Pro CK, also a racer in real life as well. Definitely plays a lot of sports also, especially football. So it's good to see a lot of these athletes in here.
The lead.
And it looks like not only that, but the lapper is definitely playing a apart a little bit, and it looks like Kyle Lee is making a lot of ground and sees Steven and J-Mac definitely in his sights. Steven going down with Kyle Lee making the pass into second.
Kyle Lee making it past that lapper as fast as he can.
Okay, Major's definitely trying to stay out of the way here as he knows that the top three are making their way past him.
Absolutely 5 minutes to go, and J-Mac has increased that lead.
Yeah, he's definitely increased that lead about 6 seconds. Just a lot of bobbling, a little mistake that constantly keeps happening, unfortunately, for Lee Media. Like, he just tried taking the inside there, then popping off the track to the outside. And that's the thing about Moto 1. It's finding your lines, making sure you get a good, fast lap, staying consistent, and getting ready for Moto 2.
Absolutely. And I think what we're seeing is Steven is finding himself in a place that he's all too familiar with, and down goes Kyle Lee.
Oh,
so
no.
we see Steven is going to move back into second place, and he's going to try and hunt down J-Mac with a little over 3 minutes.
Absolutely. I feel like a lot of people might even be sitting here like, dang, I do wish that this was 250s only, because this 450 is giving me way too much power here.
Absolutely. I said on this track with the 450, a lot of it's going to be about throttle control and gearing. A lot of that's going to come into play as they're entering and exiting these turns and trying to get as much momentum to clear the sections as they need, but also trying to keep that speed throughout these winding turns in these big long berm sections like we're seeing Steven go through right now.
Absolutely. And J-Mac is out by himself, looking like Jet Lawrence just on an orange bike here on Monster Mountain, looking like he hasn't taken a day off at all, and looking definitely smooth. Welcome back after missing the last round, J-Mac.
Absolutely. J-Mac putting on a clinic here of showing how patience, perseverance, and cool, calm, and collected strategy will maintain your position up at the top. J-Mac, absolutely incredible ride so far, but we still have 2.5 minutes in this thing, and anything can happen. But the lead is getting substantially bigger as Kyle Lee is doing his best to hold off the charge from Steven on that number 9 Husky.
Absolutely. As we switch the cams over to Kyle Lee right now, looking extremely good, has a good pace with Steven right behind him. Let's see if he can hold him off. They are about 5 to 6 bike lengths apart. Just getting out of the sand section here, about to go up Monster Mountain.
J-Mac coming down the other side. Kyle Lee really staying low and staying positioned in a way where his body weight is up at the front of the bike, but he is standing up, and he does it in this section as well, trying to gain as much traction as he can on that YZ450.
Absolutely, looking really good. Throwing some whips for the crowd on the side. Packed crowd, as you can see, all around the track. Definitely not empty. It has to be a glitch, but everyone's there.
Incredible.
Absolutely.
Kyle Lee really trying to just salvage second place at this moment. 2 laps coming up as J-Mac starts to get closer and closer to that finish line. We might have about 3 more laps to go here. J-Mac goes across the finish line with 20 seconds remaining, which means we'll have 3 laps here.
And then
3 laps
after
for
that,
Kyle Lee.
After this moto, we are going to take, obviously, a little break. That way the riders can use the restroom, grab a water, get ready for Moto 2. And I believe during that break, they could either do some hot laps, find their lines. The track will be reset for Moto 2.
Absolutely. After 20 minutes and 3 laps, my goodness, J-Mac is showing why he was the champion points holder beforehand. Kyle Lee having those points right now. How does it shake up with the win in this moto for J-Mac? Where would that put him?
Definitely in first, because if I am correct here, from round 3, J-Mac had 100 points, but did not race. So he's at 100 right now. Kyle Lee from round 2 had 82 plus 50. And if I do the math there, my God, it's a little bit impossible. But right now, Kyle Lee has a points lead.
Incredible. So Kyle Lee's just hoping that he can put up a contention in moto number 2.
Yeah, so right now, Kyle Lee is up by 32 points. Now that I had my handy dandy calculator for that points update real quick. And J-Mac, if he wins this, will only have 25 points, and Kyle Lee gaining 22 points, so he would still be in the lead with the points, having the red plate going into Moto 2.
Absolutely. And how would it shake out if J-Mac won Moto 2? Would he gain enough points even if Kyle Lee got second to claim the championship?
Yeah, so if J-Mac is to go 1-1, he would have 200 points on the dot. And even if Kyle Lee went 2-2, Kyle Lee would have 176 points.
Incredible. So it all comes down to this moto.
It definitely all comes down to where they place right now. Kyle Lee definitely taking the second place here, playing it safe, finishing on top in top 2, and then winning moto number 2. But it looks like Kyle Lee and Steven are battling it out.
And this could be huge for the points.
Absolutely. And Steven right now, he had 86 points and missed the last round. So if he does get second place, he will have 108 points, still in third. So he would actually have to go 2-2 on the day. But if you can see, you have to remain on the track so you don't get any penalties.
Oh man, and Kyle Lee, I know, is just wanting to rest up for Moto 2, but he is having to deal with the unrelenting force of Steven. As Steven makes a bobble, Kyle Lee is going to pull ahead. J-Mac getting into some lap traffic. Oh, and J-Mac goes down due to a lapped rider.
Oh no. It's going to be Key Majors.
J-Mac doing his best to get by him.
And with Scuba Steve right now in the points, he does have a total of 68 points as of right now, and he is in 4th place. So we will see where he ends up, but right now it is definitely between J-Mac, Kyle Lee, and Steven for this championship. And J-Mac finishing right now with Kyle Lee in 2nd.
And Steven rounding out 3rd. What an incredible Moto
What
one.
a moto, ladies and gentlemen.
And make sure we write down those results. J-Mac in 1st, Kyle Lee in 2nd, Steven in 3rd, Scuba Steve in 4th, K Majors in 5th, CK in 6th.
Absolutely. And right now, as we go to a break, these riders are going to have a 10-minute break. I'm going to feed the dogs, go drain the main vein, because this Coors Light is definitely defeating me right here in the announcer's booth, giving these riders the same thing, able to have a break before going into Moto number 2 for 20 minutes plus 2 laps. Right now, J-Mac, Kyle Lee, and Steven all fighting for championship contention and for the $100 prize for 1st place, $70 for 2nd place, and $30 for 3rd. We'll see you after this break. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and we will see you here shortly. And welcome back as we got 7 minutes left in our break here before the riders are fully ready and join back up. I'm going to take a couple spins on the track myself.
That's what I'm doing.
Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, I will say the 450 definitely has a shit ton of power.
Absolutely. It's all throttle control.
Oh no. Steven and Kian are all over me like a fat kid on cake. They won't leave me alone.
Incredible.
Oh, backflip. Oh, that was terrible. That was terrible, chat. Man, my front tire is washing out more than Chase Sexton right now in the 2026 season.
Oh, shit.
Oh my goodness. Everyone's just clustered here. Oh man. Bro's a hazard out there. I definitely am right now. That was a sick scrub until it wasn't, let me tell you. You fuckers!
Did I really get third in time on a 250? Incredible.
darkness!
I'm on a fucking tear.
Oh, get out of here! Oh, came in way too hot. Way too hot. All right, Steven, I see you with that oppo. Oh my gosh. Oh! Oh, fuck. Oh my God!
It's just about that time.
You freaking Steven and Majors are just giving me my run for my money here.
Oh, yeah. I think I'm up here with Scuba Steve.
No, I take myself out. Oh, man. Always a fun time just getting on the track with all these hooligans and groms. Definitely reminding me that even though I'm in third on the lap times here, that it is just a joke. Because they're all messing with me in every corner, every straightaway, every jump. All right, ladies
let's
and
go.
gentlemen, let's get it going. We are in Moto 2, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's rock.
We are focusing on J-Mac after he won the first moto. Kyle Lee looking for some redemption, and Steven looking to take it all and upsetting everyone in his way. Scuba Steve is here for a good time, not a long time, and I hope that he brings that rear tire to some front tires here in this first corner.
Absolutely. This is going to be the end-all be-all between J-Mac, Kyle, and Steven here at KMX Monster Mountain. Let's go ahead and drop that fucking gate. Moto 2, let's ride.
Let's get it on. Here we go, Moto 2. Oh my gosh, and it looks like Scuba Steve definitely found the way.
A massive pile up without J-Mac. This is the dream fantasy he asked for. My goodness. The presumptuous and curious nature of the other riders led them to get into a bit of a kerfuffle there at the first corner, allowing J-Mac to immediately start a gap.
Absolutely. J-Mac out in the lead. All that the boys can hope for is he messes up multiple times, which is rare. J-Mac is definitely the unicorn of MX bikes. He is rare, he is special, and he dominates.
Absolutely. And Steven, Scuba Steve, and Kyle Lee are all there in a trifecta going to try and battle for position. But this is bad because J-Mac's just walking away with it.
Absolutely, definitely walking, not even sprinting or jogging, walking.
A brisk walk.
A brisk walk, if you will, as he takes the inside, going down to the downhill step down.
Absolutely. And
Over the
J-Mac
Humpty-Doo.
has said over and over again, all he cares about is getting those consistent markers hit, making his lap times, and getting better every single lap and minimizing mistakes. That's what it's going to take this championship with this sweep here at Monster Mountain. But the conversation right now has got to be, can Kyle Lee claw back into first place from here with a 7.868 deficit over your leader, J-Mac? Tyler, how are you feeling about it?
I'm pretty buzzed right now, Cotton, but we are here.
My God, the mountains were blue.
No, but J-Mac definitely looking flawless right now. He knows he has a big gap, and Kyle Lee has some ground to make up. Oh, and J-Mac actually bobbling and messing up, but will that be enough for Kyle Lee to catch up? It looks like that he is back behind at least one section. There's still a lot of racing left in this moto with 7 minutes left. 17 minutes left.
Yeah, J-Mac's just trying to, again, minimalize those mistakes so that he can walk home a little bit of money in his pocket after that overall victory in the championship. But he goes
J-Mac goes off the track and he went down.
He crashes.
Here comes Kyle Lee. Oh my
God,
gosh, I
Kyle
can't
Lee
even
is
talk.
here.
Side by side over the step up of Monster Mountain going into the first corner. Here comes Kyle Lee.
And you know what that means. Kyle Lee is going to want to put the pressure on, but we're going to get some rough and tumble battle here, as each one of them are reliant on the other crashing out and failing miserably to secure that championship. Kyle Lee said, I'm not going to let you take it without a fight.
Kyle Lee taking the inside.
Block pass.
Oh my God. He takes him out. He takes him out. Oh my gosh. J-Mac is off. He knows that. Okay, now it is go time. Kyle Lee is here. He needs to win this in order to take the championship, the $100 prize. I'm not taking 70. I'm taking the whole wad and caboodle.
The whole kit and caboodle, Colin.
That's
right.
what I meant to say. I'm going to put in a Zen right now because we're feeling extra gravy and we got good racing on the way.
Absolutely. J-Mac's got to put his kibbles and bits on the gas tank and say, you know what? Fuck it. I'll see the checkered or I'll see God. And I think that's where we're finding him right now.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more with Steven trying to make up ground. But it looks like it's just going to be mano-y-mano, 1v1. Bro versus bro. Here.
Absolutely.
In this final round, Moto 2, what's going to happen? Plenty of racing as they go into the sand section right now. Wow, that was unexpected, but felt great as they get out of the sand section going up Monster Mountain here.
Absolutely. Kyle is understanding that he needs to be precise with all of his line choices right now. He can't afford to make any mistakes because he knows J-Mac is the king of capitalizing on minimal mistakes.
Absolutely.
So as long as he can,
Kyle Lee going down.
Kyle Lee
trying
goes
to pull
down
in front of J-Mac, trying to slow him down.
He pulls in, and J-Mac is back. The battle is back on. And let's see, will that allow Steven to kind of bridge the gap a little bit? Still
Kyle going on the inside, making the pass, and he knows just as well as we do, it's prison rules. Anything goes here at FNM.
Absolutely. This is a grilled cheese versus the taco situation. And Kyle proving that he is the grilled cheese, getting his brains bashed in on the downside of that jump. It looks like he might have a situation change. Is Kyle Lee has gotten back up and is trying to charge back against J-Mac.
Kyle Lee goes down again, and long hold be told, it is Steven making that pass on Kyle Lee. Does Kyle Lee throw it away right now or get it together and take second? He needs to catch up to J-Mac. Does he have enough time, Trev?
Lee's got to pick it up. He's absolutely got to pick it up like a trash man on trash day. He's got to come, he's got to execute, and he's got to do his job. And his job right now is keep that bike on the ground as low as possible and try and get those milliseconds away, chittled down to the lead that J-Mac now has, is he's going to try and claw his way back up. Even with cuts right now, it seems Steven is a bit behind on the time marker, but he's still going to have to contend with him on track. So it's an uphill battle, literally, figuratively, spiritually, and some would say even sexually in some ways.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. Definitely amazing points there. And also, I know that we had some comms issue last race, but we actually do have one of the mechanics for Kyle Lee down on the ground if we could take it down to there. Trev, send us down.
Hey guys, I'm the mechanic for Kyle. He's been he's riding fast and he's burning the fuck out of the clutch, so we're really hoping that he'll save the clutch. That was Dingus, his mechanic there. Not really doing much. There's a reason Kyle Lee has been on this privateer circuit. His mechanic's having some problems of his own.
Yeah, I've heard definitely some complaints about Dingus. Definitely smokes way too much of the ganja instead of wrenching.
I did see that we do have J-Mac's personal trainer here. His Alden Baker, essentially, if we want to shoot over to him.
You know, basically, I try to get J-Mac into the best possible shape. I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I want to get him into championship form.
So, Steven going down, and Kyle Lee making that pass. Let's see if it holds up for him as they go up Monster Mountain Hill.
Absolutely, the mountain hill.
And it's definitely always good to hear Arnold's cousin, Ronald Schwarzenegger.
McDonald.
Kyle Lee going down.
Shit in that corner. My God, J-Mac is widening the gap. Kyle Lee, it seems right now the pressure might be getting to him a little bit. 10 minutes left in this thing. Tyler, like the weatherman, how are you predicting this?
Oh, man. It looks like zero wind. It looks really good. You know, birds are chirping. It's just great. It's just great. The weather, it's not too hot out there. It's beautiful. And as we are in the booth right now, the AC is cranked. We are comfortable in our lazy boy layback chairs watching this series. It's just been absolutely amazing.
Absolutely. I'm sitting here drenched in sweat from a nice hot spring day, wearing my underwear and nothing else. What a day for racing.
Oh, I couldn't agree with you more. The wife is definitely going to be pissed that I got the AC on, but we won't tell her because once I hear that garage door open, I'm turning it off. She'll never know.
Absolutely. And that is what I am. I don't know where I'm going with this. J-Mac is widening the gap. Oh, yeah. We'll keep the AC away from your wife. Good on you. J-Mac widening the gap between him and Kyle Lee.
Oh, J-Mac is definitely back, having a definite forgot what I was gonna say, but he is 17 seconds ahead of Kyle Lee and 19 seconds above Steven. Scuba Steve, I don't know what he's doing, blowing bubbles in the bubble bath. I have no idea, but he's 19 seconds. Make that 52 seconds behind. Let's see if he can make up some ground. Hopefully, and it looks like J-Mac is making the pass on a lapper right now with the 494 of Key Majors.
Yeah, K Majors taking that lap down. We're going to have to see how Eli Tomac feels about it. From recent news briefings, I believe he said, ship them off to war.
I was talking to Key Majors also, and the reason, we finally found out the reason why and how he broke his thumb. Ladies and gentlemen, he said he was at the starting gate, down at the gate, and a bumblebee came up to him and he punched it with its thumb, underestimating how strong that bee was, and absolutely broke his thumb.
Wait, when you said punched it with its thumb, are you saying he punched it with the bee's thumb?
No, he punched it with his thumb, his human thumb.
Understandable. J-Mac is widening the gap even further. And Kyle Lee is really trying to salvage as much as he can. 7 minutes left. He is definitely pushing. He said, I never say do not try, only do. Or whatever that little
words of
green
wisdom. Words of wisdom right there. I couldn't agree more.
Absolutely. And it looks like Scuba Steve is definitely doing what he can to just kind of minimalize his risk and be conscious of everybody around him as he's taking a nice and easy roll across the jumps, staying out of the way of the leaders, as J-Mac is coming around teaching an absolute clinic.
Absolutely. Scuba Steve out there in no man's land, all by his lonesome, feeling like Woody when Buzz Lightyear came into play in Andy's playroom, leaving him behind.
Absolutely. That's a deep and harrowing cut. That story changed me as a child.
That was a little harsher than I thought. And as Scuba Steve definitely goes down right there and pops a wheelie and loops out on his ass, definitely going to feel that one tomorrow.
Absolutely. And J-Mac is proving again, I'm the king in the sand, I'm the king of the hill, I'm the king of the forest, and king of the land. You understand?
Absolutely.
He's talking in soliloquies made in Middle English, proving once again he is indeed the king. The return has been made.
I see what you did there. A little Lord of the Rings reference secretly, if you caught on to that. If not, I just enlightened you.
Absolutely. Enlightenment is something that is found here today by J-Mac. Not as much so for the Kyle Lee 663 YZ450. He did his best to battle. There's 5 minutes left with a gap of about 20 seconds. I think Kyle Lee may be understanding keeping Steven off of him is his goal at this moment. And the second place isn't too bad for your first series here.
And honestly, here's the big question, Trev. After the warm-up, which rider did refill their gas tank and who didn't? Because it's going to come up close to where we might see some bikes stalled on the lips like we've seen in past races.
Absolutely. And if we find that they have not put gas in their tank, neener, you're a wiener. You understand?
Absolutely, with no bun.
And that's real. Kyle Lee, I want to talk about Kyle Lee for a second. We got to speak to him, and we'll speak to them after the race with the podium finishers, top 3, which looks to be right now, if the results stand, J-Mac, Kyle Lee, and Steven all getting a chance to speak one at a time on the podium for the series. I will just say, Kyle Lee has shown up to every round. He's given his entire heart to it, and I am proud of his progress throughout this season, and I think he should be very proud as well.
Absolutely, and I cannot wait to see what we have in store for upcoming series as well within Supercross and Pro National tracks. Running a whole circuit eventually should be definitely very interesting, and this is just the beginning of the FNM circuit for MxBikes to bring in the community within Moto, whether you tune into the podcast or ride and race on MxBikes for fun. J-Mac, I'm sorry, Kyle Lee going down.
Oh, but J-Mac almost went down on that step down into that banking right turn before the double step up. But J-Mac still looking flawless. Absolutely hanging it sideways. That KTM 450 absolutely getting the job done. We've got a little over 2.5 minutes before we've got 3 laps left, depending on where we finish up.
Absolutely. What a great ending of the round. J-Mac just throwing it sideways left and right. We definitely love to see it. Style points 10 out of 10 definitely as he goes into the rollers in the sand section here. Catching up to, it looks like, Scuba Steve with the blue flags. Let's see if Scuba Steve does slow down, letting the leader by. Awesome job by the track crew throwing the blue flags and the riders paying attention. We definitely love to see it because right now it's a big controversy within the real deal.
Absolutely. Speaking of the real deal,
tell us.
J-Mac has absolutely put on a performance every time he's lined up at the gate. He's had adversity. He's had battles between Kyle Lee, and he is stuck 10 toes down on his lines. He's protected them. He's not been careless. He's been cold, calculated, and calm. All the things needed to make a champion out of this first FNM race series. I'm very impressed by J-Mac's riding, and I think he's got a bright future here at FNM.
Absolutely. He also races a bunch of different series as well within even the ARL series. And last we checked, which was last round, he was running in the top 15, top 20 within the pro circuit. I believe, I could be corrected if I'm wrong, but he definitely is here and ripping. So it's just awesome that a lot of these riders came into play knowing it's fun, having a good time, but also a little bit of prize money at the end of the circuit, meeting new people. It's just been awesome, bringing in a lot of competition and challenges for some of these other riders as well to get better at the game and challenge them in this series. So I'm definitely excited how this whole series played out, and everybody that's just tuned in and supported, we definitely appreciate it.
Absolutely. I'm very excited to see where we go next with the next race series. I am liking the format of Monday nights. It really does kind of set the tone for the week, but we'll have to see what scheduling provides and what we can get started next.
Absolutely, absolutely. And what do you think, Trev? The next series, Supercross?
I think Supercross is very interesting. I do think the curve is a little steep. And I think, in my opinion, I would do one more national circuit that's a little more organized in terms of a set day every week so that we can power through a little bit of a race series week to week if all things go according to plan. And then I think we should hit a supercross series that's a little more dedicated, such as like an East Coast or West Coast type series instead of a full-on circuit. But I think that would be
Absolutely.
the way to move.
Well, you heard it here, folks. J-Mac absolutely looking flawless, and we only got 2 laps to go. Then we're going to get the top 3 riders if they decide to come into the Discord and let us know how they're feeling, how the series was, and more.
Absolutely. Getting to see their mindset as they lined up on the gate today and how it affected them during the race. Very much looking forward to speaking to if he enters J-Mac, if not, understandable. But very excited to talk to Kyle Lee, who's really been putting on a performance of consistency and hard-fought podium placement. So I definitely want to hear how Kyle Lee's feeling after this season.
Absolutely couldn't agree more as we're looking at K Majors throwing some oppos, going over the finish line for his last couple laps or last lap. Here going into the sand section rollers. Throwing a big oppo whip. Oh, and going down. K Majors really throwing it down for the crowd there. As we're watching Kyle Lee right now making a tremendous effort catching up to Scuba Steve here, and it looks like Steven definitely has that big gap between, but holding on to third place. It looks like everyone has not had major penalties here, which is always a good thing, but this track is definitely big and wide for any mistakes that happen to counter.
Absolutely. And the spotlight should rightfully be shined on the number 2 on the 450 KTM of J-Mac, riding through his final lap here at the FNM Motocross Series, this short limited series of 4 rounds. J-Mac taking so many wins in all of the motos and coming here tonight and getting a sweep. He must feel on top of the world. What a last lap performance he's putting in.
Just going into that last corner, he's doing almost 105 to 10 miles an hour, hitting 80 miles an hour, standing up in that right-hand corner. Absolutely flawless. The dude is just insane.
Absolutely. And he is going kilometers per hour.
That's
so
right.
A little bit different, but yes.
You mean what I know.
Absolutely. And J-Mac has been hitting that off-camber triple every single lap, and it has really paid off for him as he comes around here.
Oh, lap traffic almost taking him out. Good counter. And it looks like J-Mac is going to hit the finish line, making it a 1-1 on the day, scoring 200 points, Trev.
Absolutely fantastic.
Or wait. 150. 150, because first place for each moto is 25. So actually, he has 150 points.
Yes.
Kyle Lee taking second, going 2-2 on the day. and Steven 3-3.
We'll use a calculator and calculate the points.
Maybe I was wrong because I did say 200. I don't know where I got that. I think I thought of 50 and 50, but I was reading from the previous rounds where it said 50 total.
Mm-hmm.
My God, definitely blowing it. That's what happens when you're constantly on the go. So J-Mac getting a total of 150 points, missing round 3, which definitely might have hurt him. We're going to tally up Kyle Lee's score
Yes.
right now. Kyle Lee with a score of 176. J-Mac with 150. I think missing that round definitely hurt him. And Kyle Lee actually knowing all he had to do was go 2-2.
Let's go, Kyle Lee.
As we tally up Steven's points real quick.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Steven with a total of 126 points in the series. So it looks like right now it is Kyle Lee in first, J-Mac in second, and Steven in third with the championship points.
Absolutely incredible battle. J-Mac proving that he has the speed to win, but again, consistency proving to be the name of the game. Cool, calm, collected. My God.
And Scuba Steve coming in fourth with a score of 104. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. We have the winners 1, 2, and 3. Lee Media in first with 176 points, and J-Mac with 150, and Steven with 126. Congratulations. Definitely need the Venmos for the prizes, the cash prizes. But we're going to get Kyle Lee in here.
Absolutely. Our champion of the series.
If Kyle Lee can go into the FNM chat room, and we will get him in here and get a little interview. J-Mac, if you are in the stream, you are more than welcome to come in. I will need J-Mac, Lee, Kyle Lee, and Steven. I will need you to send me a DM, whether it's on Instagram, on False Neutral Media, or in Discord with your Venmo. so that way we could get you your prize, with Kyle Lee taking home the $100 cash prize, J Mac with $70 in second, and Steven in third with 30.
Absolutely. Incredible.
And we're going to
Well,
bring
we
in
might as
Kyle
well
Lee right
we
now.
could-
Are we ready?
Are we not doing third?
What do you mean?
Are we not doing Steven first?
Oh, yeah, we'll do Steven first. Steven, we're going to bring you in just like in IRL. We start with third place and move up the ranks. And then if J-Mac, I don't know if you are in stream or anything, but let us know if you want to come in. If not, totally cool. Don't have to. I just need obviously that information, or I'll reach out to Toasty, get that information. But we're going to get Steven in the chat room here.
Huh?
Steven.
What up?
Dude.
How are we feeling?
All right. Just kind of cruising today.
Cruising on the
Incredible.
day.
Yeah.
How did you like the series, first of all, even though it was our first one, kind of being the tester?
It was pretty fun. I actually really enjoyed it.
Good to hear, because it is the best series and you won't be anywhere else. Even if it's ARL, this is still the best.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely the best.
Steven, you were showing a bit of speed in that Moto 1 as well as in the warm-up. Where did that speed come from so late in the series?
I honestly just got a new setup. That's where it really came from.
Okay, so did you fuck around with some settings on your suspension?
Yeah, just suspension and gearing and all that stuff.
Okay, very nice, very nice. Did you feel that being the underdog in this final round, did you think that kind of propelled you to learn the track a little bit before time, or did you go in blind and just try and put together the best lines you could?
I just kind of went in blind. I've been practicing for ARL, so that's what I've been doing most of the time.
Okay. And do you think that this race series helped prepare you for something like ARL?
Yeah, I would say so. It was some pretty good competition.
Absolutely, because this is the best MX bike series. Hands down.
Yeah, hands down.
Okay.
Yeah, Steven.
And then getting into a little more in IRL, I've seen you out at Glen Helen. You are also a rider in motocross. How has the season so far been for you? Are you trying to qualify for Mammoth or Loretta's or both? And how is that going for you?
We're doing Mammoth this year. I don't think we're gonna do Loretta's. It's just kind of expensive.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, season's been good so far though.
Are you going to be at Glen Helen this weekend?
I think so. Hopefully.
Sick. And then going into Moto 1 and 2, Kyle Lee showing a little English love language, as Hunter and Prado would say. Cheesy as fuck. But how did you feel with the banging bars and then having to kind of counter that and get back in the flow, especially with that big of a track?
Well, personally, I like banging bars and MxBikes. It's just fun to do that. But yeah, it didn't really slow me up too much, so I'm not super mad about it.
And talking about slowing up, how did it feel passing your teammate in IRL, K Majors, definitely playing a big factor as if he was Freezy trying to troll everybody getting lapped?
Yeah, he's a bit of a goon sometimes. We should get him in here right now.
Unfortunately, it's only for the top 3.
He's my mechanic.
Is this Champions 494?
Yeah.
Get him in the podium.
Get his ass in here. I'll ask him a question.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get him in here.
Yeah.
Where is he in the? We got to get him in
mechanic If we can get you in, yeah, let's drag him up here. real quick.
Let's drag him up. Let's drag. All right, Majors.
Ace Stevens Mechanic, how are you doing this evening?
Pretty good. Just watching my homie race.
Absolutely. And in no way were you performing or racing on the same race at all, correct?
Not at all. I'm just glad to race.
Not at all. You're just happy to be here.
I mean, I've been training ARL with him, so I'm just trying to qualify for that.
There you go.
Absolutely. And are you feeling as a mechanic it's harder for you to qualify?
Definitely.
Yeah. Kind of a
I mean, he's
Sisyphus
got
battle,
almost triple my hours,
right?
but I'm only 5 seconds off his pace for Supercross.
Incredible flex, right to third place on the podium.
And then the big question, as we were talking about, because we heard from your mechanic that when you were on the gate, you ended up fighting a bee and breaking your thumb as it got in your face.
Not
How has that played a factor
all.
within MxBikes?
I got the thumb. We're chilling.
And are we going to see you at Glen Helen
Absolutely.
this weekend?
I'm actually not cleared yet.
Oh my God.
I won't be cleared for another 6 weeks.
That bee must have been a big bitch.
It's a big green one.
Big green bee, you heard it here first, everybody.
Hey, he
All
doesn't know how to
right.
hold his line on the track.
Incredible.
And then before we get first place in here, because I think J Mac is just like, send me my cash. It is what it is. I missed one race and still took second, but I totally forgot where I was going with that.
Steven, what are you gonna do with your prize money?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Are you gonna
You
pay
heard
your
it here
mechanic?
first, everybody. Yeah, are you gonna split it
one
with
of
your
you might.
mechanic?
I'm not getting paid.
You guys are getting paid?
No, all I do is I give him suspension. That's about all I do.
Oh, beauty.
Incredible.
Beauty.
And that suspension actually was able to launch Steven into third place for the championship. Congratulations, Steven. Congratulations to your
Thank you.
mechanic. Thank you so much. Let's see if we can get Kyle Lee in here. Kyle Lee, we're ready.
Let's
Kyle
see
Lee.
Supercross series soon.
That's
Yeah.
that's what we're
Absolutely see.
thinking.
Full
We
17
might-
rounds.
17.
We're actually
Pro
going to do
moto.
25 rounds.
Yeah, that sounds good.
On what track?
All of
The
them.
same track. No, it's just one track. 25 rounds.
It's going to be a Supercross series, but on KMX-Monster Mountain, just
yeah.
labeled as SMX every round. So that's what the plan is for next season.
No, we'll get a Supercross one together.
We'll be a
I'll
part of
start
that for
planning.
sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
Because we know for a fact that K Majors definitely needs a redemption because he was banned in the beginning
Yes.
of the whole circuit. So he was not able to join because he
Tested
is so
positive
fast.
for performance
Actually, my
enhancing
first race of the
drugs.
season.
Well, we're glad that you're unbanned. Make sure you stay unbanned so you could be in the series.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
All right, boys.
All
Well,
right.
thank you. And we will definitely see you in the next one. Steven, let me know whether it's a DM on Instagram or in Discord if you have a Venmo, Apple Pay, whatever is easiest for you, and you will get your $30 for third place.
All right, sweet. Thank you, boys.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Tyler. Thank you, Trevor.
Thank you, my friends.
And as we get Kyle Lee, I know he did pop in there for a split second, but we're going to get him in. Let's also see. Make sure you guys are also in the Discord here. We definitely post everything, keep up to date. We post the vlogs and so on and so forth, and definitely have a variety of people that love to game and keep up to date with IRL motocross and supercross, especially in the 2026 series.
Absolutely. And Kyle Lee has been out there doing cartwheels. We are waiting for him to join us back up here at the podium. Right now, he's throwing champagne everywhere. Let's bring him on in.
Kyle Lee.
What's up, guys?
Holy
Kyle.
shit.
What's up?
Kyle, my man.
As
Dude,
me and you talked at our definitely not Argyle, definitely the wrong track, but at Oakfield Raceway near Oakdale, you were telling me that you are F-wording ready for this final round. All you needed to do was take first or second. How did you feel coming into this round and then seeing J-Mac return after not being there for the race that you thought you were going to have the biggest battle of your life, and then coming in today?
I felt good coming in the race. I just did some practice like an hour before the race. Yeah, and I felt good, but the Yamaha kind of fucked me up because the front end on it's so slippery, dude. And I crashed like 5 times last moto.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. You were looking like Chase Sexton in the beginning of the series, but we did not lose faith, especially when Steven was trying to bang bars with you.
Yeah.
Were you nervous at all when Steven was trying to take that second place from you and you realizing, oh shit, did I leave the toaster on, or do I need to kick it into gear and win this? Because I still have the points lead, even if I go 2-2 on the day.
Yeah, I didn't really feel nervous. Like, I'm kind of used to banging bars though, in like Supercross and stuff. But yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, Kyle, coming into this, I know you felt very confident. In that Moto 1, when J-Mac got a bad start and you were kind of out in front with Steven, were you surprised by the speed that Steven was carrying into this round? And did you expect a battle so early on in the Moto? And were you excited that you were ahead of J-Mac and hoping that that would make a gap for him?
Yeah, it was nice being out in front for a little bit, but yeah, I did not expect Steven to be that fast in the first moto, because like we were battling for like most of the moto too. It was
Correct.
crazy, but I'm just glad I passed him though.
Absolutely.
Now, how did you feel this final battle was between you and J-Mac, somebody who is placed in the ARL and is kind of at the top in terms of where you can go in MX bikes? How did you feel your speed matched up to him here at Monster Mountain?
Not too good, because he had like 2 seconds on me, like in a lap, dude. Because he got a 147, I got like a 150 or 149. But I feel like I did pretty good. I'm glad I didn't get lapped that last moto though.
I can see why you'd be very excited about that.
Yeah.
And then
Tyler.
And then with the $100 prize, what are you going to do with your prize money?
I might just save up. I've been saving money.
There you go. Times are
Incredibly
hard.
wise.
The best place to earn money is taking it from us here in the best series in MxBikes over ARL and any other series. It's a fact.
Yep. It is, yeah.
yeah, the best.
For first time run around, it is the best.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the
but
best.
hey, I got a question for you guys though. When are we gonna do the Supercross series?
Oh man,
Okay,
that is the
okay,
topic. The topic since this series even started. We
I
don't
feel like Gladiator right now.
Are you not entertained?
We will get right on to planning the Supercross one if the demand is Supercross. I will comment, but I cannot do any practice laps because, truth be told, I can't race Supercross yet. I'm so fucking bad.
And let's get this straight. I am way better at Supercross than Trevor will ever be, even if I don't practice or play it. It is a known fact. It's like if bears shit in the woods, of course. That's how
Not
good
if they're at the
I
zoo,
am.
brother. Not if they're at the zoo.
Yeah, but they still shit.
Remember that. Remember that. Kyle,
Yeah.
what an excellent, consistent pace that you've kept throughout the series. Was there any race round that you were unsure that you could keep up the pace in the top three? In which round did you find you found your footing?
Probably the last round or this round. I felt pretty good, like taking that win last time, and this track felt pretty good too.
We love to hear it. We love to hear it. Kyle Lee, congratulations, the winner of the FNM Motocross Series. How are you feeling?
Feeling great, dude.
We love that. Enjoy Disneyland and wherever you go with that $100.
And where are you going after? Fucking Disneyland. Fuck yeah. Non-sponsored.
Incredible.
Well, Kyle, congratulations. Send us your Venmo. We will get you paid. And if you don't receive it, it must be a connection issue and it's a one-time send. So if you don't get it, I don't know what happened. It probably is going to go to camera gear and equipment for the rest of everything. So and to Glen Helen this weekend. But we will get you paid.
Sweet, dude.
Congratulations. Thank you so much. Thank you for participating, racing. What a battle. Definitely enjoyed every minute of it, especially all the tricks you did and whip scrubs throwing down for the crowd, which was packed along the fence line as we all saw in every race. We love to see it. Thank you so much. And hopefully we see you defending your title and bragging rights to the series.
With that number one plate, yeah.
With that number one plate that it will never show, but maybe we'll pay someone to make one. Question
You
mark.
can just change your number to number one.
That's
It's
Oh
true.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. We're not going to pay anyone to make a red plate number one. You could just change it to number one. That's
All right.
easy. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, dog. We appreciate
All
you.
right.
Thank you so much. Congratulations, FNM
Congrats.
champ, for the outdoor season. Enjoy the rest of your night, and we will see you in the next one.
All right. Thanks, guys. See ya.
Unbelievable turn of events. Trevor, close us
Oh,
out.
absolutely. We had an amazing battle throughout this whole series between a well-known pro, J-Mac, and our own beloved Kyle Lee. What an amazing series. Kyle Lee performing at his best, even though he was under the pressure and sweating like a whore in church. He found salvation and has been delivered as the champion of the FNM Motocross Series. Thank you all so much for watching. If you didn't like it and didn't like the series, well,
Fuck you.
fuck it. Fuck it all. All right, we'll catch you guys in the Supercross Series, and I'm going to start designing now.
This is Fall Social Media. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you guys like the series. We got a new podcast from Birmingham that just happened with the East Coast, West Coast shootout and the 450 Premier class. Stay tuned for that, which will be posted tomorrow, Tuesday, or the latest Wednesday morning, because I got Springadine content and other content to get done. So bear with us, and we will see you after Detroit and the podcast and the next series coming up. Thank you guys so much. Like, subscribe, do the damn thing. See ya.